Hello, my name is Maria and I'm the Creative Italian, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm glad that you're watching this video. And like I said in the previous video, I went over the supplies that you will need in order to create a patina look on your brass stampings. And that's what this video is for. First of all, you need some brass stampings. And you'll want some green patina liquid to use, a spray bottle, 000 extra fine steel wool. And I didn't mention this in the first video because I forgot, but this is a glaze that you can put that will seal the patina and also use it as a patina extender. I got this at Hobby Lobby. All the supplies I'm using here, with the exception of the brass stampings, I will have underneath my video, so you'll know where to get it, to where to buy those two products. Okay, so what we want to do is, before we get started, is it's a good idea to take your fine steel wool and just take your brass stamping and just buff it to get off any oils or residual or dust, that it might have on it. I have found that by doing that first, the patina tends to take more evenly and just look a whole lot better. Now, there's 3 different ways to patina, and I've done all 3. The brush on, the one that you use where you actually pour the patina into a bowl and let the brass stamping soak in the patina in the bowl. You want to either use glass or plastic. And then there's the spray on. I completely, totally, much prefer the spray on. For me, it's more consistent. I like the way it turns out. Sometimes if there's too much patina on the stamping, when it dries, it's flaking off on your hand. And I have had that happen when it soaks inside in a bowl into the patina. That's when that happens. Or if I brush it on, I haven't been as crazy about that either, because sometimes there's too much streakiness or unevenness, or I don't know what's going on, but I haven't had much luck with the brush on, let's put it that way. And although those are some of the steps that people use to create this look, I have found the spray on to be the most effective and the fastest. And plus, you can lay out 5, 10, 15, 20 stampings at one time, spray them all, and let them, let the process take place. They usually always recommend from a few hours to overnight. So depending on the look that you want will determine how long, you're going to leave it on. So I'm just going to move these over here just a minute. And I've got this brass stamping here. And it's already been buffed with the fine steel wool. So all I'm going to do, first of all, you want to pour your patina in a spray bottle. And all I'm going to do is just spray the brass stamping. That's all I'm going to do. And just let it sit. Just in a few hours, just check it. See how it's coming along. A lot of times, truthfully, I just leave it on overnight because I want the full benefit of the patina. And when I leave it on overnight, like I do on this one, I get lots of patina on there. And I love this one. It has a little bit of a green and a little bit of blue on it. Now, let me say this. You never know what you're going to get. We just don't know. You might have some green in it, might have some blue in it, might have both in it. Might be a dark green, might be a light blue. We don't know. Because I think each piece, the brass is just a little bit different. Like in this one, you can see it's real light. It's a real light blue. And in this one, whoops, excuse me, This one, whoop, I can't hang on. This one actually looked like this, but I took the fine steel wool and I buffed it down so that more of the gold could show through and I'd have some dimension and texture, more texture in the color, I should say. So I'm just going to move this over here. And now, this is how it turned out, my the dragonfly. Now, the reason that it has some of the brass showing through more, and sometimes that can happen even after you've let it stay on there for hours, it might not be a solid blue all the way around, right? It might still have some brass coming through on it. So you could either leave it like that, or if you really want it to look really organic, just take your fine steel wool and just buff it. I like to buff it on the edges just to kind of bring out the brass finish on it. So it has this mix of the patina and the gold, and in some places it's a little bit more patina, and in other places it's a little less patina, because I want it to have a really organic look to it. Yeah. So see, it just has kind of just a touch of the patina, but still some of the brass showing through. And I think on his body I'm going to buff out a little bit more. Just a little bit more, just like that. Now, as you can see on this piece, I didn't buff it at all. I just kind of left it like it is. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that. And see, the colors are different too. That's one thing about working with brass and patina. You really never know for sure what you're going to get, but it's always going to look good, that's for sure. And this piece right here, I already showed you that. But this mermaid, she turned out like a dark green. As you can see, it's like a kind of a deep green, and I had already buffed her out to bring out some of the brass. And then, of course, we had this little guy right here. You could see that he's a little bit lighter blue. Now, let me say this, that and I've had this happen where I've sprayed it, let it dry, spray it again, let it dry, and I ended up with too much patina on the piece. And what ends up happening is when I go to pick it up, this patina is coming off on my hands, which we don't want that. Especially if you're going to wear the piece around your neck and it's touching your body, your blouse, or your top, or whatever. You don't want this stuff rubbing off. So it's a good idea if that happens. What I did was I just took a fine steel wool, 000, and I just buffed it out, is what I did. Now, another thing you could do, and I've done this plenty of times, is you can take this glaze that you get at Hobby Lobby. It's a metal sealer and a patina extender. I've never used it as an extender. I've only used it as a sealer. So in cases like this where you've had a lot on there and you've had to buff it off and you're still getting a little bit off your hands, it's a good idea to go ahead and use this gloss metal sealer. It also comes in a satin finish, I believe. I just picked the gloss. It really doesn't matter, you know, whichever one you want to use. But another thing too is I just want to remind you all that if you are planning on soldering your stamping, you definitely want to solder before you do any kind of patina or brass aging to your stamping, because once you do this and you go to solder, the solder will not stick. So I did that enough times. And I even had somebody tell me not to do that, and I still forgot. But anyway, I hope that you will take these easy tips for creating patina on your brass stampings or whatever kind of brass piece that you're using. It could be a bowl, it could be a vase, it could be anything that's brass. And if you want to get this nice organic kind of weathered look. So anyway, if you are interested in coming back and watching some more of my videos and learning some other tips and tricks about soldering or crocheting or whatever it might be, just subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell on, and you'll know as soon as I put a video up. I will be back again soon, I hope, to show you all how to do an aged brass finish on your stampings or whatever piece of brass you might be working. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you. I'll be back. Bye-bye.